Alright, so warm up. Let's go over these. If you're watching at home, press pause, give them a try, and then come back and see how we do. So number one, looking to get x by itself. So we're just going to start peeling away the pieces until we can get down to that x. So I'll subtract 5 from both sides. So x minus 3 to the 3 halves equals 27. And then to undo the 3 halves, we'll raise it to the 2/3. And again, that always looks awful on this side because it's like, man, I got to raise something to the 3 halves and then to the 2/3. But the point of doing that is that power to a power you multiply, and these are reciprocals, so that ends up being x minus 3 to the first. So the whole point is to get rid of the exponent. On the other side, remember the bottom number is the root, top number is the power, the flower power goes on top, the root goes underneath. So the cube root of 27 squared, and we rather do the root first than the squared first. You get the same answer either way, but I'm not squaring 27. I'd much rather cube root 27 and get 3. 3 squared is 9. So x equals 12. And I saw a lot of you had that, so that's good. A lot of steps, none of them really that hard, but a lot of steps to get through without making any mistakes. All right, number 2. Complicated. Again, on the test, since we don't have a block data test on, we've got to make all the tests fit in 50 minutes or so. And so a couple of things we do. We cut down on the number of problems, but we also make some of the problems cover a lot of things, like this one. It's got adding and subtracting fractions and dividing with fractions. And if you divide with fractions, that really means you're multiplying with fractions. So this one problem covers a whole bunch of stuff, which is, good news and bad. It means you got to do all of the pieces right in order to get the question right. All right, this is fix the bottom, fix the top, and then do keep it, change it, flip it. So we're headed toward keep it, change it, flip it, but not until we get one fraction over one fraction. So common denominators needed to add or subtract fractions. So we'll fix the denominator so that they match. Now we have matching denominators of x minus 3 and x plus 1. In the top, we'll multiply 2x minus 6. And then, again, with the minus sign, make sure you distribute the minus sign, not just the 3. Minus 3x minus 3. I was trying to work it all the way across so I could have all the top and then all the bottom. So that's negative x minus 9 over x minus 3, and x plus 1. So all of that is fixing the top. Now I need to go do the same stuff with the denominator. I think this one is worth like 6 or 7 points on the test. So there's partial fractions. Well, there's that too. There's partial credit to be had on these, as long as you're neat and show your work, and I can tell what you were thinking. All right, let's do the same thing with the bottom fraction. So again, with the common denominator, remember, denominators are very, very petty creatures. They always want, or jealous creatures maybe. They always want what the other guy has. 4x plus 8 plus 2x squared minus 6x, all over the common denominator. X minus 3, x plus 2. And then all that's left is to clean up the top, or the top of the bottom, I guess it is, the numerator of the denominator. 2x squared minus 2x plus 8. So there's the bottom. Now we've got one fraction in the top, one fraction in the bottom. Now I can do keep it, change it, flip it. So keep the top. Change it to multiplication. And flip the bottom. Oops. And now I'm looking for things to cancel. And only one thing will, but we'll take it. And so negative x minus 9 times x plus 2 over x plus 1 times 2x squared minus 2x plus 8. So a lot of stuff going on in that, but we expect you to be able to handle that. That's not too much. You can add a simple fraction once and twice and then keep it, change and flip it. Test inspired stuff. Yes, sir. You don't need to multiply them out. In fact, we'd rather them excuse me. We'd rather them stay factored. That way if something would cancel, we'd be able to cancel it. So don't multiply it out. Sure, you can take a 2 out of the denominator. Out of that first one. You could do that. That would be okay. Not necessary, but not wrong. Any other questions on either one of those? Okay, both of those are definitely test-inspired warm-ups, so make sure you're good with those. They also mirror problems on the review, so you get more practice on them.